Getting ready for another trip. So, where to this time? Well, this time I left Valencia on Thursday night after my lab. The person I've been traveling with, Victoria, went earlier because she didn't have labs. So, I was on my own for this one, and we went to Amsterdam. So, I got into the Netherlands really late to this city called Eindhoven, and then I had to take the train from Eindhoven to Amsterdam, which was pretty stressful because the last train was at 11:45 and my plane was set to land at 11:15, and you had to take a 20-minute bus ride from the train station or the airport to the train station. So I was in a rush. Luckily for me, my plane landed early, so I was able to make it, got there all safe and sound. And then the next day we jumped right into it. So the thing I really liked about traveling with Victoria is we didn't really have to make step-by-step plans. We just kind of went with it, which I think is the best approach to Amsterdam, because the best part about Amsterdam, at least for me, was just being there, like walking around and seeing everything that there was to see. But it was just like the city itself was so beautiful and how people interacted, and it was so quiet and peaceful and ordered, and it was just such a refreshing, like it was so refreshing to see that. And it was nice to hear English too, not gonna lie. But yeah, so we started by walking in Vanderbilt Park, and one of the first things we did was find this cute little playground, and the kids and us just had to go on it. It was so, like, I don't know, it's just cute and in the middle, and that's what I like about the Dutch is they really think of everything. Like their city is just so livable. So we played around there, and then we headed towards the downtown district because we waited at 9 o'clock in the queue, which had over 300 people in it when I got on at 8:40 for Anne Frank House tickets because we just wanted to go so bad. And luckily, I don't know how, I did end up getting tickets. So we made our way over there, and we went to the pancake bakery, which is supposed to be, it was recommended to us. And Dutch pancakes are quite different than American. They're not as fluffy, but just as good. They're kind of crispy on the edges, and like they were really good. I got one that was apple, cinnamon liquor, um, cinnamon ice cream, and I think that's it. I don't know. It was good though. I highly recommend. And then we just saw what there was to see to kill time. We went to the main square. This guy put on a little street show. We watched that. Then we just kind of walked around, saw the canals, had the bikes and everything. And then while we were waiting outside the Anne Frank house for it to be time for us to go in, we actually got approached by these people to come up and do a promotional video for pancakes. So we got to sit outside on the canal and eat pancakes in front of a camera, and it was free, and the pancake was really good. It was like banana and Nutella, and we just had to say what we thought of the pancakes. So Pancakes Amsterdam, if you see a commercial, watch, we might be in it. And then it was time to go into the Anne Frank house, which was super cool. And you're not allowed to record or anything during it. Not that I would have wanted to, because like you just want to experience it. And it was really sad, and I had tears streaming down my face because just to know that people could be that awful to each other is so 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 heartbreaking. And it was such an amazing and humbling experience. And if anybody ever goes to Amsterdam, it is so, 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 so worth it. Wow. Yeah, it was crazy. And a little side note, I don't understand, but I've never seen so many flavors of Fanta anywhere. I don't know if they like, if I just don't understand. There's so many. I had so many different flavors. It was kind of good actually. But anyway, back to actually seeing the city. So, right before it got dark, we went on a little cruise, canal cruise for the UNESCO World Heritage Canals of Amsterdam. And it was only like 12 euros. It was super affordable for the hour. And we learned so, so much about Amsterdam on this tour. Like, it was so nice and helpful, and it was super pretty, and it got dark while we were there, so we got to see the lights turn on in the canal, and it was really cute, and I'm happy we did it. And then we walked home, which because everything in Amsterdam is so walkable, but we walked home through the red light district because you can't go to Amsterdam and not see the red light district. And I also did not record this because those girls do not want to be recorded, but it's different. And to say the least, I was actually kind of surprised because there were a lot of girls of all shapes and sizes there, which was kind of cool to see. Amsterdam is known for being a little overly accepting of things, so I guess it's not really that surprising, but it was super cool. It was a very different atmosphere, but when in Amsterdam, right? So on Saturday, we actually left Amsterdam. We went out into the more natural Holland. So we went to the Keukenhof Gardens, which we aren't there yet because first we went on a river cruise that went through like the small towns, all the fields, the windmills, and you got to see how like real Dutch live, and it was super super cool to like see people riding their bikes through the cornfields or like out with their cows in the fields, and it was really beautiful. You could see the tulip bulb fields and everything, and I really liked it. And we got some Dutch apple pie, which was really good. But yeah, it was. I'm happy we did that, and then we continued to Keukenhof, which is Europe's largest flower garden, and it's super super gorgeous. And I could not take enough pictures, but we walked around here for hours. It was really pretty. There was a maze that we went through, a little Stonehenge thing. We made it through pretty good. And then we just saw everything there was to see. We got a lot of walking around. It was a huge garden, like probably bigger than Albany, my hometown. I think it's bigger. But it was super cute and it was super pretty, and I'm just gonna say that a million times because it really was so pretty. And you'd think that you'd get tired of looking at flowers after a while, but you really didn't. We also got Dutch fries, which Dutch fries are thicker than normal fries. And then there were like little themed areas. So the overall theme for 2019 here was flower power, like 70s hippie vibes. So there's some of that, and then there was like a little encouraging flower garden, and it was just really, really cute. And then we got to go up in the windmill, which this is not the first windmill I've been in. Thanks, Fulton. It was pretty cool. I kept telling Victoria about all the things that the Dutch heritage in Fulton has taught me about it, and she thought that it was so funny that I just knew all these random trivia facts about like Dutch life, and I don't know. It was funny. It was cute, and I liked it. It was a really good day trip. And then we went back and we ate at this place that we actually saw on the canal cruise. It's called Sea Palace, and it's a Chinese restaurant that is floating on the canals. And Amsterdam is actually known to have some of the best international food, so especially Asian food. So we went there and it was super good, and our waiter was amazing. And the thing about waiters in Europe is like they don't work for tips. You really don't tip that much in Europe. So like I was shocked at how good he was. Like I left him a tip, which you like literally never tip. And then I went to go leave him a tip, and he's like, "No, I don't want it. Like I did it because I enjoyed talking to you. I wasn't wanting a tip. I wasn't doing it for that." But I left him one anyway because he freaking deserved it more than anything. And then we walked home again through the red light district, but it was again interesting. I just love walking around Amsterdam so much. Last day here. I never wanted to leave Amsterdam. It was my favorite place I've gone so far for so many reasons, but we just walked around and had a really relaxing day, soaking it in, because like I said, the best part about Amsterdam is just being there. I got meringue, which I didn't know meringue was an actual dessert. I thought it was just on top of lemon meringue pie. Maybe I'm uncultured for that, but we went to the Rembrandt Square. We went to a croqueterie, which I told you how much I love Spanish croquetas. Well, Dutch ones are so much better. They are delicious. Dutch food is actually really good, and I read before I came that Dutch weren't known for their cuisine, and I'm just here to say that they should be, because I loved every single thing that I ate here. But anyway, so then we went to the flower market, which you can buy like tulip bulbs and dried flowers and stuff. We walked around, and yeah, it was just a really relaxing day. We sat in the park outside the Van Gogh Museum. We bought some berries from the supermarket and some whipped cream, and we just had a nap, listened to the music, sat with all the other locals. Then we went to eat at this little cafe. I got some bitterballen, which is pretty much croquetas. It's really, really good. 10 out of 10 recommend. And then waffles, and then we headed to the airport to head home, which I really, really just did not want to leave Amsterdam. It was just, oh my God, I just felt so at home there. Like, I think every time I go traveling, I always think to myself, could I see myself living here? And a lot of times I'm like stretching it, thinking, well, yeah, if I did this, if I did this. And I could hands down see myself living in the Netherlands someday. Like, it was beautiful. It just suited me. And Victoria even said it, like, I fit in so well there. And all the Dutch just assumed I was also Dutch because I'm blonde. When we went to the pancake bakery, they actually gave me a Dutch menu when we walked in, and Victoria an English one, because they assumed I knew Dutch. So that would be the one thing about moving there, is I would have to learn Dutch, which might be hard, but I'd do it, honestly, because I loved it so, so, so much. I was just so sad to leave. If you're going to travel in Europe, I know Amsterdam might not be an obvious choice, but do it, please. You won't regret it.